Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am ZBest. Today I'll be breaking down all the missions in Windhund Assistance. Let's get into it. So real quick, if you've seen my previous videos on the Windhund missions, I'll cover it here as well. The most important thing with all of these missions, doesn't matter what level, Windhund, Dravik, Blackrock, is to make sure you know what tanks you can play. Because sometimes you can find tanks that are just much better than other ones to complete the missions. So on Tanks GG, what you can do, go to all tanks, scroll down to roll, and then sort. For assistance, it's pretty straightforward. You won't be using roll. You'll be using just light tanks and artillery. But for all the other missions, this is where it comes into play. Now, going through the missions, number 1, cause damage to an enemy SPG and survive the battle, or stun enemy vehicles 8 times and survive. I feel like you can do it with either one. This is one of those where it's not that big a deal. If you feel more like light tank, you feel more like artillery. And you can actually complete both missions with an artillery as well. That's another way you can do it. So you can be in a fast light, YOLO arty, or just do it at the end of battle. Or you can be in a fast firing artillery, do the stun missions. Or if you're feeling a little bit, I don't know what the right terminology would be, kind of bold, or just want to do it a slightly different way, what you can do is do a counter battery and try to splash enemy arty throughout the entire game. You'll probably do a little bit of damage and then the mission will count. For mission 2, be the top player on both teams by experience earned. Really straightforward, win, have a good game. I recommend a light tank. For mission 3, cause damage by firing 6 times to enemy vehicles and cause 1,000 hit points of damage. Really, it can be anything, light tank or arty. I would just recommend tier 8 and up just because you can get that 1,000 damage super easily. Lower tier, it's also possible. I'm not saying you can't, just sometimes it's easier to do damage with the higher tier. Yeah. So number 4, spot 4 enemy vehicles, remain unspotted in the moment of spotting enemies, or stun enemy medium tanks or tank destroyers. So stun enemy medium tanks or tank destroyers for 100 seconds in total. Potential stun duration is counted. So with this one, it's kind of luck with maps. I recommend a light tank with good camo and speed and some view range. So basically just a scouting build. Find a bush, spot 4 enemy vehicles, and then you can run away and just play normally from that point on. Or you stay and get assistance and work towards a mark, or help your team win. Either way, light tank probably easier, primarily because Matchmaker has not been putting too many mediums and tank destroyers on teams. There's been a lot of heavy tanks, so sometimes it's only like 3 or 4 tanks that you can be shooting, and 100 seconds of stun is a lot for that. But you can also complete it that way. Assistance 5, Mastery Badge Class 3 or higher. It's really just anything. Just play the game, you'll get it. Number 6, immobilize enemy vehicles 4 times, or stun enemy vehicles for 140 seconds in total. For this one, I'm going to recommend high tier artillery. You can stun for 140 seconds pretty easily, but also if you direct hit with high tier artillery, especially the bigger caliber ones, you actually will probably track them as well. So keep that in mind. Number 7, assist in causing damage to 6 enemy vehicles by spotting, immobilizing, or stunning. You can play really whatever for this. I recommend the scout light tank. Just find a bush or be an active scout and spot tanks for your team. Hopefully they shoot what you're spotting. It's very map dependent. All of assistance is map dependent, honestly. Number 8, cause 1,000 hit points of damage to enemy vehicles while moving at a speed of more than 35, or cause 1,750 of damage to enemy vehicles that are moving when hit. Like with ambush, the damage to vehicles that are moving when hit, they don't have to be moving very fast. Even if they're poking a corner and then they're just pulling back or just barely moving, it'll count. So keep that in mind. I actually completed both simultaneously because if you're moving very quickly, you're also probably going to be fighting vehicles that are also moving. But yeah, a wheeled light tank is most like your best bet. EBR 75 is probably the best, but you can also get away with VCS or Lynx or anything like that too. For number 9, spot 4 enemy vehicles and survive, or stun 2 enemy vehicles with single shot twice and survive. For number 9, I recommend a light tank. The RD1 is, it's possible and it shouldn't be too difficult, but really spotting 4 enemy vehicles and survive is also really straightforward. Just go for early spotting, but you don't have to be too aggressive. Make sure you have enough hit points and try to win the game, because that way it's easier to survive. For assistance 10, assist in causing 2,000 HP of damage to enemy vehicles by spotting or immobilizing while remaining unspotted. Basically, just get in the bush and hope things get shot while you're spotting. The alternative, again, with artillery, stun enemy TDs or medium tanks 7 times. Matchmaker makes it difficult because there sometimes aren't enough tank destroyers and medium tanks to get to your reload and do it 7 times. Maybe you'll get to 4 or 5. But yeah. For 11, I highly recommend artillery. Getting Confederate is very easy in artillery. I would aim, so the requirements for Confederate is damage 6 vehicles without destroying them, and or damage 6 vehicles or more, and damage more vehicles than anyone else on either team. For this, 7 to 8 is a good amount of vehicles to aim for. 9 is ambitious but doable, and that should guarantee it. Really, once you fire with artillery, you just aim for the next one that you haven't put a shot in, and then just go next and go next and go next, and you will get it. It's pretty easy. Number 12, assist in destroying 3 enemy vehicles by spotting, immobilizing, or stunning. This is one of those that gets a lot harder once you get to Blackrock and Dravik, but here it's not too bad. 3 is doable in a lot of battles. It's best mid to late game. Definitely try to stay alive, because mid to late game there might be half health or one shots, and if you spot them or track them for your team, then it'll go much better than full health tanks at the beginning, where they might take damage, but all you're doing is getting assistance. For 13, destroy an enemy vehicle at a range of 100 meters or less, or destroy an enemy vehicle at a range of 565 or more, which is your big circle. It is your draw circle. For regular tanks and for artillery, it's just on the map. For this one, for light tanks, you have to be super close range, and for artillery, it's all about max range. You can do it in either one. Number 14, destroy 2 enemy SPGs or light tanks. I definitely recommend any light tank. Matchmaker is the biggest enemy for this one. It is so hard sometimes to get a battle where you have two. You might get one light tank and one SPG, and it's tough. There's also plenty of battles I've had where it was only one light tank. No SPG, one light tank per side. Can't even do the mission. So it can be difficult. And last but not least, the last one for Windhund, last one for assistance. Damage caused, including with assistance, must total 5,000. So that one's also pretty easy. Really, any high tier light tank, do some damage, do some spotting, do some tracking. Really straightforward. Again, specifically for assistance, it's not as big a deal. Just know what tanks you can use. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you like this series, please like and subscribe. I'll have the Dravik and BlackRock ones out eventually. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below or reach out on Discord. Links are all in the description. Have a good one.